Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be going through upcoming gacha games for September 2023. We're also going to mention some from August that are already available because I missed this video last month. And these are games that either have releases confirmed or test phases or betas, soft launches. There's a million different phases these games go through. So I'll cover all the ones that I found to be really important in my eyes. If there are any that I missed, please leave it in the comments and I'll add a pinned comment with any other good juicy ones. But let's get into it. The first game we're going to be looking at is one that did launch last month, and it is going to be our sponsor for today's video, and that is Omniheroes. Now, if you do want to download the game and play it, it is available now. You can use my link in the description and get playing now. But Omniheroes, it's an idle game, and you guys know I love myself a good idle game. And the thing I love about this one is it's not just your basic idle game with standard synergies. They take synergies beyond. You're not going to be fixed into like one or two type group synergies that you have to do. They have a very expansive system that allows you to really customize your gameplay. And another fantastic thing about this game is you can take it how you want to. If you're looking for a casual game where you can collect AFK loot, put into your heroes and level them up over time, you can do that. However, if you really want to try hard, you want to progress, you want to push those high level deficits in campaign, compete in the arena PvP, you can do that as well and invest the time that you want to invest. Now, my favorite part about this game has to be the art style and character designs. They're absolutely fantastic. We got Valkyries like Elune, who's a harpy type Valkyrie, but looks absolutely stunning, and the in-game animations are also fantastic. As for game modes, the game comes fully equipped with guild content for you to enjoy, a roguelike labyrinth mode, PvP, and also another feature called the Gloomwoods, where you're going to stack your precious gem resources in a race against luck. So if you do like the look of Omniheroes, it is available right now. Use my link in the description to download the game, and you can claim up to 777 free pulls and secure a minimum of 5 legendary heroes. Once again, massive shout out to Omniheroes for sponsoring this video. The next game we're looking at is Tower of God New World. Now, this is an idle game by Netmarble. If you don't like idle games, I don't think you're going to love this one. I like idle games. I'm actually playing this game on my third channel, and I've made probably, I want to say 60 to 80 videos in the last month on it. So if you do get into this game, I've got that channel there. I'll leave a link to the description. You can go watch some videos of me playing that game. But I have been thoroughly enjoying this one. Like I said, it's an idle game. It's not gonna blow the world. But the thing that impressed me most with this game is that it's heavily played in Korea. This IP is more of a Korean-based IP. We do have one season of the anime, which I've watched over here. The rest you've got to read, which I suck at. But the Korean player base absolutely flamed Netmarble for the running of their first event, and to my massive surprise, they did the best compensation / following update I've ever seen in a game. It is ridiculous. Like the free stuff they gave us into the next update with a bunch of quality life, increased rewards, all that sort of stuff was really quite amazing. So surprisingly, really good job. Hopefully they keep it going. You never know with these games, but in general, I like idle games. It's a fun game, cool IP. That's where it's at. Jump into it if you want to. Next up, we have Black Clover M, Black Clover Rise of the Wizard King. I don't know what they're calling it these days, but this one is in soft launch currently in Canada. You can play it with an APK and a VPN, and the Canadian server will become one of the global server options. However, it's not going to be competing against new players on like NA version and stuff like that in arena and stuff like that. So if you want to play it to test it out, you can. Me personally, I'm grinding out the Canadian version to find out all that I can before we jump into the global version so that I have everything ready. That is another game that I will be playing over on that other channel. But yeah, this game, pretty solid. Gear grind, quite tedious. It's very similar to Seven Deadly Sins Grand Cross in a lot of ways, except it's not except combat, because combat in this game is not the card matching. It's more of a traditional turn-based type game. So that's Black Clover. If you like Black Clover, I definitely recommend giving it a try. If you don't like the game, you just drop it. But sick IP once again. And honestly, the game is really good at this stage. I think the end game may get a bit laggy just because of the gear grind being really tedious. Like, I'm used to a tedious gear grind. This one's ridiculous. I did 63 runs on the highest difficulty of the dungeon and got one of the max rarity pieces of gear, one LR piece of gear. That was insane, but in general, the game's really fun. I'm enjoying it. Free to play, get a lot. So we'll have to wait for global release. I'll let you guys know when we do get a date. Next up, we have Heir of Light Eclipse, which is releasing on the 13th of September. Now, this one, I don't know too much about the game, to be honest. I've tried looking. I can't find proper gameplay anywhere. The best I've got is here. Now, to admit, I haven't looked too hard. Now, Heir of Light is a series. This is like a Comtuous brand, or whoever Comtuous is like affiliated with. It's like one of their games that was an old game, which I used to love, FG3000 series on the original Heir of Light, and this is like a sequel. I don't know if it's like a sequel story-wise, but it's like using that IP in another game. It looks very Epic 7 style. Based on this screenshot though, I don't know if it's going to be like idle style or whether it is going to be Epic 7 style turn-based with like the yellow bar being your turn meter, and then you'll have abilities. I'm not too sure exactly how the gameplay is going to be on this one, but I'm definitely going to jump into it on the 13th when it releases to check it out because it's a pretty cool IP. Once again, another cool aesthetic game that I do like. So that is Heir of Light Eclipse. Next up is Dragonheir Silent Gods. Now, this one is another idle game releasing on September 19th, but this one's a little bit different from what I've seen. I haven't actually played it myself. I've spoken to some people who have. It's basically an idle game, but it's a bit more advanced in the gearing system and stuff like that than other idle games. The other thing that I really like about this game, and I'll definitely be playing this one over on my other channel, is the aesthetic, the characters. You know, we do get a lot of waifu games. We get a lot of waifu collectors. I still like having dragons, like, you know, ghouls, like barbarian. Like, I love that type of stuff. I like differing type character rosters, and that's what this one has. Also, it's got what it looks like a bit more of like an overworld type thing to run around and explore. But in general, the combat in itself is that idle style where it's more about making your team. You put them in, they do their attacks, they have an energy bar that fills up, and then you can sort of control the energy bar and stuff like that. So that is the basics of it. But once again, the big selling point for me on this one is the characters in the game, and it's just got those more, you know, fantasy type characters, which I really enjoy. As much as we all like waifus, I like having something different from time to time, and that's why I'm really looking forward to this game. Next up is King Arthur Legends Rise. Now, this one, I feel like it's been in some sort of test phase or beta or soft launch for as long as I can remember, but whispers are that it should be coming out in September or October. No official release date yet, but I wanted to put it in here because of that. Once again, this is based on that whole King Arthur type period, all the characters and stuff. Really cool aesthetic. Once again, it is a turn-based game. They've had a lot of improvements since their first beta with their Vigor system, from what I've heard. The Vigor system wasn't great in their early betas. It was sort of like Honkai Star Rail's skill point system, except you couldn't really generate them with basics, so it sort of lost its viability and it just felt clunky. But apparently they've done a lot of improvements to it, so I'm keen to see what's happening in this one. But once again, no official release date, expecting September or October. Next up, we have Reverse 1999. Now, this is a game that the combat is very similar to Seven Deadly Sins Grand Cross with the card matching. They merge together, you enhance the things and stuff like that. This one is a heavily story-based game. Now, I did play the beta that happened just at the end of August, and it was quite interesting. Like I said, it's a very, very heavy story-based game with a story that you need to really keep track of to keep going. But if you do like narrative-type based games, this one's going to be fantastic. But also, the combat is a system that works. So this one, we don't know an official release date for it, but I'm expecting it in the next couple months, and it might just get a surprise release. So that's why I wanted to put it in here. But that is Reverse 1999. And finally, the last one I want to talk about is Warcraft Rumble. Used to be Arclight Rumble, now renamed Warcraft Rumble. It's not along the lines of the normal games that I play, but because it is Warcraft, I just wanted to make note of it. It's in a soft launch phase. They stated in the Philippines, but it auto-downloaded on my phone here in Australia. I haven't actually played it yet, but it is in a soft launch phase at the moment with, I think, the global release in October or November from what I saw. But, you know, soft launch, if you want to jump in and check it out, you can probably do that with a VPN and an APK and check it out. But once again, not one we normally type cover, but because it's Warcraft and I was a big Warcraft fan, I wanted to let you guys know if you were interested in this one. But that is going to be it for this video, guys. As always, thanks for watching. Hope you have an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing the next one. Cheers.